Hello, everybody. It is the National Scrapbook Day crop. So May 3rd is our holiday. So today you're going to see a playlist and a bunch of links to all of the design team and guest design team. And we are going to be giving you 10 unique challenges. The challenges are not going to be posted. Instead, you've got to go to the link of the designers. Ideally, we would ask you to subscribe to their YouTube or Instagram, whichever one they're posting, and make a comment on their post. So this is about celebrating our design team and helping them reach their goals in their social media, as well as celebrating the My Little Scrapbook store. So for me, since you're here, I will just let you know that my challenge, so write this down, is going to be to combine more than one collection. And my focus is going to be on using Say Cheese. So there's a ton of Say Cheese collections, but I'm going to combine Say Cheese Wild with 49th and Market. So I'm combining those two collections together. We're going to be doing those. So I have sped it up just a little bit, and I'm going to walk you through this process. I didn't want you to have to watch a 45-minute video. Maybe you wanted to. I don't know. I am doing a picture of the Pirate's Adventure that John and I did in Magic Kingdom. And like I said, my challenge for y'all and what I'm doing is combining multiple collections. So I'm combining the wherever, whenever, actually two different 49 and Market collections, the wherever and then I think vintage everywhere collections, along with two different Say Cheese collections, both the Wild, which is the one that's for like Animal Kingdom, and the Adventure, which is the one for Magic Kingdom Adventureland, and the Frontierland, which is the one for Magic Kingdom Frontierland. So I'm just showing you the different papers, and that what I really wanted was to focus on the map because we're reading a map. And this particular paper from the Wherever collection is kind of what I wanted to use. I'm also showing you at that point that there were tons of different like pieces from the rub-on to the ephemera that had maps and had explore, and that's really what I wanted to do. From the Wild collection, I am taking another piece of paper, and that is the background paper that's supposed to evoke kind of the India part of Animal Kingdom, and it just has these really great colors that go with, and it's right there, it's the back of that paper. It has the really good colors that go with this collection and kind of brings in a little bit more of the brown and the orange, which I wanted to do. So I'm going to use that, and that's what I'm using from the Wild collection. And then after we get this together, I'm going to go through the ephemera I have from the Wherever collection, the 49th and Market collection, and use some of those. So overall, my challenge is not that you need to use all of or a bunch of, but it's that you purposely pull from a couple of different collections and find things that go together. So for me, it was the map and those kinds of things evoke Disney, but also I wanted some of the Disney flair. So you're going to see I'm going to bring in some of the Disney part of this as well. So that's why I'm going to the Say Cheese, but I'm also using the Wherever. One of the things I've been doing a lot lately for my Disney layouts is making them a little more adult. So using Say Cheese, because I do think there's something about having the Say Cheese collection, but also using other collections with it, because that tones down kind of the childlike nature, since a lot of my photos are with just John and I. So if you have a lot of Disney adult photos, or let's say you have a lot of travel photos with your kids and the Wherever collection just seems too mature or too boring, think about combining collections. Think about taking some of the travel things from some of the Simple Stories collections that are a little bit more graphic, a little bit poppier in color, and combining those with some of the words and the phrases from the 49 and Market collection. Because then you'll get both. You'll get a really cool feel, but you won't lose the childlike nature that you want for those kind of layouts. So I picked out a couple of title phrases and And I don't know why, but I just felt like this black and white balloon said to me that we were looking at a map. I think it's probably because of, who remembers the Indiana Jones, that where they do the hot air balloon stuff. Maybe that's what it is, but the maps always evoke that. Now here's where I realized I have lost one of so was a phrase that was on one of those sheets and it just disappeared. I find it later and I end up, I can't use it because it's stuck to another piece of plastic. But I'm going to put the word explore up there, enjoy the little things. I'm going to put the wander, wonder, repeat, curious, the hot air balloon, and then I'm going to put the airplane. I'm really just kind of filling out this paper with a few more embellishments using the rub-on. I have one cute little butterfly. I'm searching for that last one. I just don't know where it is. And this is really kind of the base of my page. I really like it. I like how it's kind of fun and festive, but also you can tell it's a map. You've got the text. Y'all know I love a good text on there. But you saw me kind of group the embellishments together. And what I'm doing right now is I've walked off to find the other Sage Cheese collection. So I have the Sage Cheese for the Adventureland, which is right there. And so I've got some of those, and it has a few things that I know I definitely want. And then I have the Sage Cheese for the Frontierland, which has the pirate stuff, which is what this is. And look, there's that. Check this out. But I put it on top of the balloon, and so it stuck to the balloon. Okay, so now I'm going to put my paper layers together, and just to have those together, and I'm going to attach all those so you can see that map was actually part of the cover page for the 49th Market, so I used everything. I can't find my good stick, my Heidi Swap stick for my rub-on, so I'm using one of the ones that came in the package. I'm sure as soon as this video is over, I will find it, but couldn't find it. That's kind of my story lately, is I've lost a bunch of stuff. It's just in the house somewhere. I'm pretty sure maybe it fell on the ground because I remember hearing something. Isn't that funny? So I'm putting all of these down. This is a little bit longer of a video than I've done in a while, so which I think you guys should like for National Scrapbook Day. I hope you're watching this on National Scrapbook Day and you're scrapbooking, because that would be great. I also know there's a ton of challenges and people going live, so enjoy that. And if you come back and you watch us sometime in May, that's great. That's one of the reasons why we decided to do it this way, as a hop instead of as live, so that you can enjoy these all through May and kind of extend National Scrapbook Day a little bit longer. So yeah, that's where I realized, nope, too bad, just got to get rid of it. So there's all of those. The not lost word I'm going to put down. I realized I put the butterfly in just the wrong place, so I will add the butterfly back in. And then I have here and scenic route, just some words that I thought kind of went with the vibe of what we were doing. One of the things that I've tried to get over is titles don't always, and words don't always have to be a complete sentence. I know, that's super, super difficult. So I have a pirate's life, and then I have yo ho ho, and I love it because that's kind of the fun part of these. And this one is, look, and it has this really cool, binoculars, and that says One Big Adventure. So I loved having those on here. So the last thing I'm going to do is pull out my embellishment box from the Wherever and Whenever collection. And I have everything kind of in a to-go container. Oh no, first I'm going to go through all of the little laser cuts that I have and make sure there's nothing I'm missing from any of those. And I didn't really find anything. I found like a balloon I ended up not using. I didn't think I needed 2 balloons. A couple more rub-ons that I liked. First of all, I really wanted one of these compasses. I thought that would be fun. And then one of the north, south, east, west arrows. Once again, kind of leaning into the map vibe of what we're doing and filling out some of the blank space on the page. So I'm just putting those on again and continuing on. There's a lot of rub-ons on this page, and I think that is super fun. 49 Market rub-ons are great. There's also just a lot of ephemera from the Sage Cheese collection. If you only get the ephemera from the Sage Cheese collection, I think you could make so many Disney pages. So I really wanted a place to journal, and I was trying to find a good place to journal, and I thought that little map piece might be it, but it wasn't. I found this cool little brown frame, and I thought it would be good to have this brown frame because I had and I wanted to put it right there. So you'll see how I make that work later. And I find another little film strip piece, gonna add that in. I almost used that, but it was too big. I think I finally found a white or a tan tag that was just perfect that I could use for there it is, that I could use for journaling. And also I had the key to some of this, you gotta find the key to open the lock for these the treasure chest. So I thought that would be fun. So I used that, and I had one more compass that I'm going to put on. And that's about it from this box. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I thought maybe using that chipboard, but I just couldn't make it work. I was going to cut that chipboard. No, don't cut it, Jessica. Just flip it under there. Just flip it under there. And that's what I do, and I stick it down, and there's something about having all those cute little things sticking in and out that I just like. So I wrote my journaling, and I wrote that basically we had been trying to do this little Pirates Adventure quest in Magic Kingdom for 3 or 4 trips, and it was always closed. It's open the weirdest hours. It isn't always staffed. And finally, this trip, it was like on our bucket list for 3 trips to do it, and we finally did it. As far as bucket list stuff at Disney, I will say there's 2 things that are still left on our bucket list, one of which is the Tiny World photo in Hollywood Studios. Haven't been able to get that. And another one is one of the fireworks cruises. So Tiny World costs nothing. Fireworks cruises cost a lot. So last thing I'm going to do is look at the enamel dots, and they had X's. So X marks the spot. That's perfect. So I put 3 X's around the page. And then I had one more that said this place, and I just thought that was cute, so I put it right next to explore. So it says, kind of explore this place, one big adventure. And that, my friends, is my page. So hopefully you got here and you can find us through the playlist where it has links to all of the ladies. Also check us out on the My Little Scrapbook store crop page. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.